the coolest moment I saw at the comedy, so he would do the Comedy Cellar, and he would go on very, very late and then do long sets. He was kind of starting to talk for 3 or 4 hours, and would just bump all the other comics. And I mean, it was cool, but then some comics it would start to get annoying. I wasn't to the point of he wasn't bumping me because I was such a new comic, but the guys that were working were like, every night, dude, you're doing 4 hours. Like, we all need to get on stage, and the comics would get paid, but they just wouldn't perform. And so it was a mix of like cool but then becoming not cool, whatever. And so, and he was not being a jerk about it. It's like, that's the deal, man. He got that famous. He gets to do that. That's the best. That's what you're trying to do.
Right.
I want to walk in and they go, you get to go up next. That's my goal. Yeah. I mean, I got bumped by everybody. I mean, I got bumped. Louis C.K. bumped me one night. I was running my Tonight Show set. Actually, this wasn't even this was when Louis C.K. hosted the SNL. And I was running my Tonight Show set. And then Louis had to come in to run his SNL monologue. So Louis went on first, and then I went on after. And so he bumped. My Tonight Show is not as big as hosting SNL. I remember Seinfeld coming in. I remember Seinfeld bumping Gaffigan. Because your biggest fear when you'd be like, some nights you'd be running the show at Boston. And I was like, what do I do when, what if Chris Rock and Chappelle walk in together?
Yeah.
Who do I say is going up? Who do you go, all right, Rock, you're first, Chappelle, you're at. Like, I was terrified of like who, like.
Did that ever happen? Do you ever get that dilemma?
No, but I learned it's never to that level. You'd get it with like the Bill Burr or Patrice O'Neal walk in together or something, like that kind of level. But I learned that you just let them kind of decide. So who wants to go first? And you just throw it to them, and they could be like, I don't know, you go. Because it's you don't want to be ranking, but I thought you had to rank it. Because you would get to that level of, you could have someone sitting in the back room or the back row, and like he doesn't get to go on yet because it's like a guy that has no credits, and you're like, well, this guy walked in with 2 TV credits, so he gets to technically go before you. So you would get to do that. What was I talking about before that? Oh, that was Chappelle thing. Yeah. So when he bumped, so the coolest thing I saw was Chappelle's on stage doing a long set, right? And he kind of bumps everybody. And then Dave Attell is, I think, the funniest, pound for pound, the funniest comedian that's ever lived. I would go pay to watch Dave Attell. He's the only comic I would go pay to go watch right now. I would pay. And I could go watch every show. I think he's unbelievable and super funny and just doing jokes. Like, it's fun jokes, not this big thing. It's not weighing you down. It's not like you got to go watch it. And it's like, great point. Like, Bob, it's just straight up jokes. You're going to laugh the entire time. And so Attell walks downstage, and Dave Chappelle sees Attell. And Attell's very respected in New York. He's respected everywhere. Attell's the guy in New York. And Chappelle's on stage, and he looks and sees Dave Attell just kind of in the back. And Chappelle goes, oh, what's up, Dave? He's like, did you go on yet? And Attell goes, no. And Chappelle goes, all right, good night, everybody. Dave Attell. And walked off. Because he was like, I'll bump everybody, but I can't. Even though Chappelle's more famous than Attell.
Yeah.
You can't bump Attell.
That's so cool.
And so you don't, like, that's the deal.
Like the highest sign of respect ever.
Is he just immediately got off stage and just was like, all right.
I saw you get bumped once by No He Didn't.
That is true.
Wait, what?
Do you know this story?
A comic great. I come back to Nashville.
This is not that long ago. Nate's done multiple Tonight Show sets, and he's
maybe 8 years ago.
Has it been that long?
I think so.
But you were still
I've already done. Yeah, I've done Conan, Tonight Show. I mean,
you're headlining clubs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm
You're
headlining
not a
clubs.
nobody at this point.
I don't think I did. I haven't done Netflix. That's it.
Okay, but but you're doing great. We go to Spanky's, a bar here in Nashville. Yeah. And
open mic bar.
Open mic Tuesday night.
You can still smoke cigarettes in it.
Right.
Yeah.
And we sign up on the list. We wait. We're like number 20 and 21 or whatever.
Not getting moved up at all. No one's told me a favor being like, yeah, he gets to go up whenever he wants to go up.
So we just sit there, everyone, and we wait. I mean, I should wait, but he shouldn't. So Nate's waiting, and a little bit before it's time, Nate's turn, the host comes up and says, hey, No He Didn't is just dropped in, and he's gonna go up before you, so we're gonna have to bump you.
He got bumped. I mean,
Yeah.
I got bumped.
We got a spike.
He goes by no, he
in.
didn't.
Wow.
What's funny is I was like texting with Mark Maron,
Yeah,
who I'm friends with. I'm not trying to just say I'm doing this stuff. These are just, I've been in comedy for 17 years, so
Yeah.
that was my friends. But it was funny too to be like, I'm texting with Maron. Like it's just, and I texted him, I said, I just got bumped by a guy called No He Didn't. And Maron loved it.
who was white, by the way.
Yeah.
No, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White
Serious?
comic by name No He Didn't.
Yeah.
Ah, I guess that's what the name means.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about the greatest comedians in the world. That's the difference. Like, you've been doing comedy 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing about 13.
17 and a half.
Not that big a difference in time wise, but I've spent my entire 13 years in Nashville, whereas you went Chicago, New York for 9, and then
Mhm.
LA.
Yeah.
So that's
Brian was excited for No He Didn't. He was like,
I
"Oh,
was.
man,
I was
this is-
actually-
I've done your length of comedy now, not here.
uh-huh. Yeah, you're exactly right. I got it because
Yeah.
I knew who No He
this
Didn't
is a
was.
star-studded evening.
Yeah.
He walked
Spanky's.
over and goes, "Look, I know it's insane, but you don't know really who he
Yeah.
is. He's actually a pretty big deal."
Yeah. He was big on the
Open
Spanky
mic.
scene.
Open mic.
Wow.
And then yeah. I think now I get to go up.
Well,
I go.
that's because Spanky's closed.
But yeah, that's really
And No He Didn't's not on the circuit
Yeah.
as much as he used to
Was
be.
it No He Didn't or Noah He Didn't?
Well,
no, he didn't.
yeah, I think it was a play on words. I think
But it was Noah. Was
I think
Yeah,
but
he didn't want his mom to come see him. Now, when you hear that, you're like, so he's 22, he's 50.
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
Yeah, he's 50 years old.
yeah,
And he doesn't want his elderly mom, because he can be a little raunchy,
right.
to
Yeah.
like see the advertisement that he is performing, which it's an open mic that is unadvertised and not it wasn't like No He Didn't was on the brochure, the
Yeah.
flyer, and they're like, who's this Nate Bargatze guy? No, he didn't. That's what I'm waiting for. It's great. I got bumped. Or one time I remember when I was running a Conan set. And so the deal was, when you needed to run a set for late night, you could just go to comedy clubs and go, "Hey, I just need 5 minutes. I'm doing the Letterman tomorrow." And then every comedy club is like, "Yeah, obviously." And then they get to go up. That's the deal. That's the thing that you love about getting these late night sets, is you get to go walk around and do that. So when I was first doing Conan in New York, I did that. It was the second time, I think. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go do like 7 sets. I was starting super early at like 5 p.m. at some open mic. And I go into the open mic. I was like, hey, I'm doing Conan. Do you think I can go on? And the guy's like, he's like, yeah, you can go on at the end. You can just sign up last. And I was like, but I know, but I'm taping Conan O'Brien tomorrow. Like, so can I'm trying to do a bunch of shows tonight. Can I try to go up? And the guy's like, yeah, at the end at 28, we're at 8. And then I just had to leave, and he wouldn't let me go up.
Mm.
And because it's like that guy's world. It was like, I mean, I might as well have just been like, I'm doing stand-up comedy on the moon.
Mhm.
And he'd be like, all right, man, whatever. Just do at back of the line. Like it didn't register. Like nothing really meant to him.
Yeah.
I always liked it. I liked being told no, though. I thought it was very funny. Bill Burr had that at Ha. He talked about it on his podcast. There's a comedy club, I think, called Ha in Times Square, where they go and they hand out these flyers and they lie. They'll tell you, like, Jerry Seinfeld's on the show, Dane Cook. They used to always say Dane Cook, like Bill Burr.
Yeah.
And people are like, whoa. And then they go in, it's like some weird room
Yeah.
upstairs and whatever. So they honestly say Burr is on the show. And Burr was in like New York this before the pandemic, and went up there and was like, can I get on? And they were like, I mean, who are you? And he's like, I mean, I'm Bill Burr. And the guy I just don't think knew him is like, I mean, we're pretty booked tonight. And he's like, like Burr, and Burr sold out the Garden.
Yeah.
You're using his name as like, and he's like, all right. And then he just didn't, I don't think, got up.
That's
And
crazy.
Like, it's crazy. How do you
That's
not know?
so
He's
funny.
the guy. He's the main guy now.
Yeah.
yeah.